What's going on, everybody? We're going to be doing a Q&A video today. If I get onto the wrong camera. There we go. How's it going? So today we're doing a Q&A. I usually do a monthly Q&A, like one video. And I thought, let's just do an experiment, right? Let's just try it out, how it goes on YouTube. And maybe this will be the way that I do it in the future. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it will be. Because usually I do it pre-recorded. I collect all the questions. Recently I've been using the Discord server to get questions. But I thought, let's just do it live. Like, that's the point, is I have the option to do it live. I usually don't do YouTube live stuff, but we recently did the Unranked Diamond live, and people really enjoyed that. People really enjoyed that episode, so maybe I will look to do more things live with YouTube. Who knows? Now, I'm not expecting this to get crazy amount of views or have a lot of live viewers. Back when we did the Unranked Diamond live, we had 1,500 viewers roughly live. Obviously, this one, at the moment, the stream has just started. We have 150. So, yeah. I don't have a haircut. My hair is just really flat right now because I've been wearing a hat all day. So what I'd say is ask questions. Pretty much that simple. Whether it be League of Legends, whether it be YouTube, whether it pretty much be about anything that is just kind of a good question. Feel free to throw it my way. We'll be going for about half an hour, maybe up to an hour. And I'll say if you don't get your question asked, feel free to say it again, but just leave it like a minute or two, and then I'll get to it. All right, so first question is, what are my thoughts on undoing of the Renekton animation cancels? Yeah, it was broken, man. When they changed that you could Q midway through W, there's no counter to that. Like, when we did the Renekton episode, I was like, okay, we just chunked him half health, and there's nothing you could have done. So them getting rid of that is just smart. It was a bit too broken, to be honest. Another game you play as much as LoL. I don't play any other games as much as I do League of Legends. The one that is probably like a runner-up at the moment is PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. But that changes. My second, like, what I say is League of Legends is my main game, and PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is, like, currently my second game, but that changes occasionally. What do I think of Volibear top lane? He's not a top laner. Like, again, it goes back to what I've said before. If a champion is simply better in another role, then there is no reason to play it in a different one. And Volibear is way better as a jungler. So that's what I'd say about that. Best way to improve in League? Actually try to improve. And I know that sounds really obvious. Like, I'm playing every day. Obviously I'm trying. A lot of the people are just playing, and they're not actually attempting to get better. You know, they don't question themselves. You know, how did you die? Why did you die? Should have you been there? How is your item build? How much damage are you doing? Always question stuff that you're doing. Not necessarily while you're in game, because again, one of the worst things you can do is tilt yourself. Do not tilt yourself while you're in game. That's why I don't go over my mistakes like crazy when I'm in game. The biggest time that I go over my mistakes is when I'm editing the videos. When I'm rewatching the video, I'm like, ooh, that was bad from me. That's when I'm learning myself. So there you go. Am I going to Insomnia Island? No, I'm not, unfortunately. I'm not big enough to get really invited to other country events, but I should be going to Insomnia in August in the NEC in Birmingham. So if you're there, feel free to say hello. Last Insomnia, I was working with Twitch on stage, which was kind of fun. Will I be making more PUBG videos? Yes, I will be. I am starting to play squads a lot more, because I've never really played squads in PUBG, and we do quite well in them. We come top 5 pretty much every single time, or top 10, and we've won a couple. So yeah, I will be doing more, probably squad stuff though. Is there any way to send you pictures of us wearing the HuzzyGames t-shirt? Twitter is always the best place to do stuff like that. Am I going to continue to Masters? Yes. So if you don't know, if you haven't watched the update video that we did a few weeks ago, yeah. Climb to Master is coming back, but it's going to be coming back in a different, let's say, form. It's not going to be called Climb to Master. Each episode, if you will have an individual title that has nothing to do necessarily with Climb to Master, but that will be Climb to Master. That will be what we're doing. The whole premise of it will be about climbing back at least a high diamond 1 on my main account, because I'm frustrated where my main account is right now. Can you show the PC build? I've got videos of my PC build on the channel. Just go on the channel, search for computer, and you'll probably find it. It's a custom build and everything like that. So yeah. Do I think EU-West is better than EU Northeast? Obviously, it's a controversial, but I've basically, the way that I say it is there is no reason to play on EU Northeast if you want competitive games because EU West exists. It's that simple. The couple reasons for it, in terms of connection, you probably will not have any difference in connection between EU Northeast and EU West because the servers are literally one country difference. EU Northeast servers, I believe, are in Germany, and and EU West servers, I believe, are in like Belgium or something like that. So they're very close geographically. So you're not gaining that much when it comes to where the servers are positioned, and all the pros and the competitive play and the bigger player base is on EU West, which then furthers how competitive the server is. So that's what I'd say about it. So yeah. Do you ever find yourself typing, spamming, or etc.? Not really, no. Favorite single player game? Oh god. Favorite single player game? I guess the Pokemon series, they kind of count. They're really nice and relaxing when I want to kind of chill. But, you know, I do like stuff like Skyrim. So if a new version of Skyrim comes out in the next few years, that'll probably be it. What's my thoughts on Talia? Talia falls into the category for me that she's incredibly rewarding if you play her perfectly. Like, she's even more than Azir to me in that regard. Azir was known to be amazing in Challenger but sucked everywhere else. I think the same happens with Talia. I think that if you're an amazing Talia, you'll probably literally beat everything. But in order to do that, you need to basically play her perfectly, which is really hard. Like, she's got skill shots, her abilities aren't that quick. So it's hard, but yeah. Yeah, good luck to everybody that has any exams over the next few days or weeks. I've been there, you know, a few, obviously, years ago, but I know what it was like, so really good luck with all exams. No matter what level of exams, GCSEs, A-levels, college stuff, university stuff, so yeah, good luck. Yeah, I've been playing Breath of the Wild, or I have played Breath of the Wild. I've completed the main story. I've done a lot of the side quests, but I don't know if I'll put any more time into it unless I'm going away, and then I'll play it in handheld mode. The biggest thing I'm playing on the Switch now is Mario Kart, and if you don't know, if you don't watch the Twitch live stream, we're currently actually raising money for an Elgato capture card, so hopefully I'll be getting that soon. And then I'll be doing like Mario Kart streams and putting those up on the second channel and potentially doing PlayStation 4 stuff. If I'm tempted to get that futuristic dinosaur robot game, and maybe I'll do that as well. So, yeah. If you like a girl, how do you tell her? You go up to her and go, hey, how you doing? Do a Joey Tribbiani. It works every time. Why is Trundle so bad now? I wouldn't say he's terrible. He's not, he's not awful. But the problem with Trundle that he's always had is he's slow. When you look at the game nowadays, the game's kind of fast-paced, and for like a bruiser, where you would play Trundle would be top lane. So if you compare what people play top lane, they're all relatively quick or have mobility that get on top of an AD carry. Trundle doesn't do that. Like, he's not that quick, and he can't just run up to an AD carry because he doesn't have a mobility spell apart from movement speed. Like, Renekton can dash and stuff like that. Aurelia can Q. So, yeah. Would you visit Japan if you would have the chance? Hell yeah, I will probably go to Japan actually in the next few years. Because yeah, I do like again, here's the thing, I know chat's gonna go weeb. I do like the culture, and I like anime and that type of thing. But just to kind of experience, because I love the food as well, I love sushi. So just to go there would be kind of beast, I think. And I would probably go to obviously Tokyo. But then I'd go, and I'm drawing a blank, which is really dumb of me, but I'd probably go to the old capital city as well, whatever that one's called, Kyoto, and I'd probably go there, because apparently that's actually the better place to go if you actually want the Japanese experience. Do I think Hecarim top can be meta again? Probably not. Like, he's not great with trading, and that's kind of what top lane is at the moment. Trading and mobility. He has the mobility thing, but I don't think his trades are that good. Did you see the Zac play? I haven't. I'll have to look at that after. Sorry, dude. I think League of Legends has a long future in front of it? Yeah, like, again, we're what? 8 years into League in total now, if you're including, like, beta. I think League's just growing. Like, when you actually look at who is getting involved in League at the moment, what companies are getting involved. Hell, Ronaldo, obviously not Cristiano Ronaldo, but Ronaldo, 2 times world, I think, football champion. He was at the World Final or MSI Final. That's ridiculous. That's huge. You got Shaquille O'Neal that I think he might have sold his slot, but he did own a company. A lot of people are getting involved with it, and I think it's in the very early stages. And eventually, like what's his name? The guy who owns Tesla. Again, I'm drawing a blank a lot today. The guy that owns Tesla. He said that esports is potentially going to be the biggest thing in like 10 years. It will be the biggest form of entertainment because it's so accessible. Elon Musk, that's the guy. It's so accessible. So potentially, League's the biggest one at the moment. So it's got the way forward. It's paving the way. What do I think of Lux? Lux is cool. I do enjoy Lux myself. Her problem is a lot of the time, why would you play Lux when other champion exists? So if you're looking for something that bursts and has CC, Xerath is arguably a stronger version and stuff like that. But if you enjoy her, I think she's perfectly fine. I think she's perfectly good. Huzz. Oh wait, we did actually get a donation. Sorry. So super chat is a thing on here apparently from Trey. He donated $2 and he's got super chat saying, "Is Ziggs a good champ to climb with?" Yeah, he is. If you enjoy him, is what I'd say. So Ziggs is another one of those. I have to be good at that champion in order to get the most out of him, because if you think about it, all of his abilities are skill shots. Every single one of them. So if you're not good at landing skill shots, it ain't going to be good. But like you saw in the Ziggs episode, was it yesterday? You can just control a game and do crazy amount of tower damage. And if you saw in that game, if you waited till the end of the video, the enemy team didn't do any tower damage. Every single one of them did 0 tower damage, and we did the most by far. It was ridiculous. So yeah, if you're good at Ziggs, really good. Yeah, I said already, good luck to everybody that's doing GCSEs and everything. Do I think Vel'Koz is a good champ to climb with? Yes, I do. I think he's, like I said, I don't think he's underrated, because I think people do think he's strong. But the thing with Vel'Koz, again, he's pure skill shot. You know, you've got to be good on landing it. You know, that's becoming more apparent with League of Legends. You've just got to be good at what you do, and that's why I guess so many one tricks exist, because so many people can't be good at multiple things, so they just be good at one thing and that's it. I guess it works for some people. Personally, I just don't enjoy that playstyle, so I'll never do it. So yeah. Why do people not play Nasus much? He tank and do damage because he takes ages to get to that point, and he's kiteable. So his early game is rather weak. He's a late game scaling champion. So in solo queue, especially in lower ratings, most people and most games are ended at 20 minutes, and Nasus is still in top lane going Q, and the game's over. Like, that's why Nasus isn't really played that much. If ever the meta was in a... Because again, the meta's in a pretty like aggressive state right now. If ever the meta went to pure late game, then you'd see Nasus come back. But it's not. What support would I recommend, even though I'm not a support player? Bard's good. AP Maokai, watch today's video. People had a really weird reaction to today's video. Like, I think people commented and disliked the video before even watching it, which is a little bit annoying, but that's the way of the internet, I guess. But what support would I actually say? Yeah, Bard I think is just generally good. I think Rakan is pretty good if you're good at him. Like, I think he could be secret OP in the next LCS. You know, when LCS is back in a few weeks, I think we're going to see a lot of Rakan. So, yeah. Am I ever getting back into WoW? I actually am playing it a little bit, and I'm never really ever going to get back into raiding or anything like that, but I'm leveling a warrior. I have everything at max apart from a Death Knight and a Demon Hunter. I'm not really interested in either, so I've got another warrior, and I'm just leveling it for fun. Fiddle mid, and will you play him? No fiddle mid. Don't play fiddle mid. What champs do I recommend for lower ratings? More basic champs. Like I've said to you guys in the past, if you're lower rated and you want to get high rated, what's the point on making things more difficult for yourself? There's none. You know, focus on like some aspects of the game. And one of those aspects that you should like drop is how hard your champion is. That's why you should never play Riven, Yasuo, any mechanical champion. Just leave it alone. Just don't bother. Even if you enjoy it, just leave it alone for a while. Get to a higher rating and get to as a better player yourself, and then expand to the better champions. But like, that's why I say like Annie is a great mid laner to play just for climbing. She's basic. She does a lot of damage. She can initiate, so you can actually take control of the game. and you don't have to think about her mechanics at all. Next one is, what is harder in my opinion, being a YouTuber or being a Twitch streamer? Both have their ups and downs. It's hard. I don't think either is harder because they just have different things that are going for them. Being a Twitch streamer, the hard thing with that is you are live streaming a lot. PewDiePie live streams 10 hours a day, 5-6 times a week. Like, that's ridiculous. That's a lot of work hours. If you add up that he works 6 days a week, on average 10 hours a day, that's a 60-hour work week. And I know a lot of people say, oh, he's playing video games. Obviously, yes, he is playing video games. But there's a lot going on. You have thousands of people watching you. You're constantly worried about what you're saying. There's a lot going on. So there's that with Twitch. And with YouTube, you have to prepare the content. You've got to do all the back work, where obviously streaming, you just don't edit. You're purely live. And obviously the YouTube community is a little bit different to the Twitch community. I'd actually say the Twitch community is a little bit nicer than the YouTube community in general. But yeah. Next one is, do I think I'll stay in Cambridge after moving out? I'm planning to. I do love Cambridge. It's my favourite city by quite far. It suits me quite well, so I am planning on staying at Cambridge, yeah. There are other chances that I might be moving elsewhere, but most likely we'll stay in Cambridge. Am I into programming in any level? Yeah, I know C#, C++, and Java. Yeah. God, I had to think about that then. I haven't done coding in a year. But my degree was a coding degree. Like, when I say game design, it's coding. So, yeah. For low ELO, do you think it's better to play one champ that you're good with and only play that champ, or is it better to play a bunch of champs you're not bad at? Mine is never be a one trick ever. That if you come to HuzzyGames, you want to listen to my advice is never be a one trick. You could go to a different channel and they'll tell you it's the best way to climb. That's their channel. My channel is don't be a one trick. I think it tightens your skill pool too much, and so many people regret it when they actually get to a decent rating. In your champion pool, who is the champion that you most enjoy? I don't really have a champion pool at the moment, which is kind of weird. I will be making one though soon, because when we do Climb to Master, when it comes back, we will be implementing a champion pool again. In Ranked, you got a notification saying that you... Wait a minute. In Ranked, I got a notification saying I am being kept from being demoted, but then it says I've lost too many games to stay in my division. Please win more games. What do you think? So you just got a warning that you're going to get demoted. Win more games. Good luck. I think someone said, would I ever do a meetup? Not specifically. Like, I'm not going to go, hey, guys, be at Cambridge Station, this day. I doubt I'm ever going to do that. I tend to just, whenever I'm at an event, I will let you guys know, and then you can kind of come up to me, and, yeah. Hang on, Boffin, I'm just going to add you as a moderator, dude, so you can mod stuff if we need to. Will I do OP.GG reviews? I do OP.GG reviews on a Patreon package, and we have a monthly talk, a monthly chat about what everything is going on, and, yeah, some people do that. What are my thoughts on all chat? Do you think removing it would benefit players? Yes and no. It would benefit players that are a little bit triggered by it. You might be like, oh, Huz, you never type in all chat. Why do you have all chat on? I want to see the triggered players. So I've said to you in numerous videos is, okay, so we're doing well. Remember the, was it Warwick episode in Unranked to Diamond that a Draven was moaning in all chat? I told you exactly what I was going to do. I was like, okay, he's moaning in all chat. I'm going to camp him. That's what I use all chat for. I use all chat as a way to know how to beat the enemy team. Because sometimes they tell you how to beat them. The guy that's moaning all chat, translated into common knowledge, is gank me, you'll win the game, I'm going to get tilted. That's what I use all chat for. So for smart people, all chat's a good thing. For the dumb people that rage, probably turn it off because you're not helping yourself. If I said they might be adding voice comms, they're thinking about it. The announcement recently was actually a hoax. It was a guy, it was an ex-Rioters account that got hacked, I think, and they posted that it's coming. It's not. Apparently it's not even in the works. They're just thinking about it. I personally would never use voice chat in League. I've said a couple times, the days of getting screamed at by 15-year-olds on Xbox Live, I'm not going back to those days. does not really sit with me that well. So personally, I ain't gonna do that. If you want to do it, go ahead. But yeah, personally, I wouldn't do it. You missed all the Huzzy shirts so far. Will they be available in the future? They will be available actually pretty soon. Me and Boffin, who's actually in the chat as a mod, we're actually working on a Huzzy hat. So everybody knows that I wear hats. I've got a whole shelf here of little hooks with hats on them. We will be making a hat pretty soon. We're hoping to release it in a week or something, and that'll be available. There might be a t-shirt that goes along with it. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it, but yeah, that'll be in the works. Favorite music genre or artist? I love all types of music. If you're like, what do I want, like right now? Like if I was like, what music do you want to listen to? Mumford & Sons is my go-to. You know, the band Mumford & Sons. That's my go-to band. If I just want to listen to good music that I know I'm going to enjoy, Mumford & Sons. Have I seen the new leaks? No, I presume it's on Reddit. Where can you buy a DX Racer? Linked below the stream, there is a link to Overclockers. It's a store. I'm sure they sell DX Racers. So yeah. What do I think of Fizz? He's good. He's annoying. He's a pure solo queue champion. So there you go. Love the Avatar shirt. Yeah, I know. It's the best. This is actually one of my favorite shirts. And I wanted to get another one of them, but apparently they don't print them anymore. And it's like amazingly comfortable material. So yeah. How to deal with your own tilt/rage and ways on improving staying alive. I've touched on this topic before, and see, the way that I've always touched upon this topic, some people think I'm rude when I talk about it, but I've had so many, literally hundreds of people message me going, thank you, you've helped me stop raging. It's honestly just be smarter. Like, it's that simple. Like, it's looking about what you're doing with your behavior and going, how is this helping me right now? And it's physically, sometimes it's physically stopping yourself just from pressing that enter button. It doesn't take much. Again, if you're wanting to win, the people that rage are the most passionate people in the game, I think, because they're raging about a video game. If you take that passion and you put that into actually focusing on winning the game rather than typing or anything like that, then you'll be fine. Just be smarter. Yeah, the extra channel will be used more upcoming. I'm probably going to post some more Battlegrounds on it, but then we're also getting an Elgato capture card soon, so I'll be able to do Switch content, which will be Mario Kart, and if I want to do PlayStation 4 content as well. How's my BMW? Did you manage to hit it already? It's on the driveway. It's fine. I will be getting a new one soon, though. It seems that the channel has plateaued at 116,000 subscribers. You certainly have not slowed down the content. I actually have. If you actually have noticed, I have slowed down in content, which actually could go to why my channel has plateaued a bit. Last year, when my channel was growing at a very fast rate, I was doing 2 videos a day, every single day, and I got burnt out really badly. But in those months that I did it, it was amazing. It was incredible. Let's just say the channel grew a lot. I made a lot of money. It was fantastic. But I got burnt out. And I'm literally going to say I got burnt out for months. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it was just bad. But I'm going back to 2 videos a day in June. So there you go. Nice announcement for you guys there. 2 videos a day is coming back in June. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do it 7 days a week, though. I'm thinking 5 days a week, 2 videos a day. And also it's the type of content. I've done the same content for too long. People have got used to it, so people aren't subscribing that much anymore. We're still growing, but my content's going to change. The format is relatively going to stay the same, but how I campaign it and how I market it is going to change. So hopefully that will help. Am I a cat or dog person? Dog person by far. How much does it take you to make a video? Not crazy amount, a long time. It's, you know, all in all, a few hours maybe for one. You know, it's playing the game. It's obviously doing all the setup before it, any research that I need to do on champions or how the meta's changing before I actually record. Then it's obviously the editing, which doesn't take that long. But then it's also, I watch it through once while I'm actually in editing. Before I render the video, I watch it through once. So that can take anywhere from half an hour to all the way to an hour if it's a long episode. Then obviously I have to upload it. Then I have to, then render it, which I have to wait, upload it, do the thumbnail, do all the bits and bobs, the tagging and stuff, which takes time because you actually need to have good stuff. But yeah, I don't know, a couple hours, 3 hours maybe per video, roughly. And obviously when I do 2 videos a day, that's 6 hours just on 2 videos a day. But yeah, and obviously I've got the thing that people don't understand. A lot of YouTubers have a lot of stuff going on in the background. So yeah. When did you decide to grow my beard? Oh god, years ago, when I was back in A-level, I think. The biggest reason, I don't mind saying it, because the thing with having a gaming channel, the one good thing with having a gaming channel is when you're also slightly overweight, you know you won't be that much judged because it's kind of part of the community in a weird way. I'd wager a lot of my audience is very similar to me because we're just gamers, right? That's what we do. A lot of the reason that I have a beard is to hide the bigness. So, like, I'm obviously not massive, but I don't even know, but there could be a double chin under here. I don't think so, but there could be, and I know my beard kind of hides that, if ever there was one. So, yeah. Would you do Patreon for learning to YouTube? Yeah, I guess. I think I used to have a package on Patreon for that, but nobody did it, so I took it down. I can put one back up. I've always wanted to kind of mentor somebody and help them out. But obviously, whenever you're doing something to help people, it takes time. And when you're doing that, you obviously need to get rewarded in a weird way for doing that because it's time away from doing other things. So, yeah. What do I think about the new Heimerdinger? He's literally not changed. Like, if you were a Heimerdinger before, then you'll be happy, I guess. But the new changes to Heimerdinger shouldn't make new Heimerdinger players. Like, it really shouldn't. It hasn't changed that much. A lot of low ELO players don't exactly know what a certain item does. For example, Executioners allows less healing for your opponent. Will you ever do an item breakdown or similar thing? I could start mentioning items more if people want that. In the actual videos, I could start mentioning what items do, maybe. When we obviously do the update with the content. Maybe that's what I do. Did you confirm the blue hair? I have not confirmed the blue hair. I might actually do a cutie about it in the next few days. Just to kind of get ideas. So I'll get feedback. So if you're completely oblivious to what I'm talking about, we're growing the Twitch community quite well at the moment. And I was thinking about doing a really, excuse me, hiccups, a really big goal for Twitch subscribers. We currently have about 170 Twitch subscribers. I was thinking about doing a goal for 500 Twitch subscribers, which I know is a lot, but doing a pretty big thing. So the one that's circulating the most at the moment is dyeing my hair blue if I ever got to 500 Twitch subscribers. But I might do, as I said, I might do a cutie about it in the next few days, and then you guys can give feedback. What editing program would you recommend for slower and cheaper PCs? None. Like, I know that sounds weird, but no decent editing software is designed for a not good PC. So, yeah. If you paid $50 an hour, would you coach me? Probably not. I don't do coaching at the moment. I do replay analysis. That's a Patreon package, and I do op.gg breakdowns, and that's, again, another package on Patreon. So if you want one of those, they're the ones that are available. But I just don't have enough time to actually coach people, is what I found out. How is your typical everyday life? Pretty boring. You know, the way people have to understand, right? A lot of people get the wrong end of the stick with YouTubers. A lot of the time people think they're really cool individuals. You might. Like, I certainly think some of the YouTubers I follow are cool. But what you have to understand, there is a reason that most YouTubers are YouTubers, is because instead of going out in our late teenage years and doing the regular teenaging things, we were in our bedrooms making videos. Like, that's the thing you've got to kind of come to terms with. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, all these guys were the same as me, that instead of going out, we stayed inside and made videos. So, not that exciting, to be honest. What would you do if League gets taken down? It's a rather pointless question, but probably just diversify my content, I guess. That's what everybody would have to do in my position, if all the League YouTubers. How old am I? I'm 22, believe it or not. I used to look older, I think, when I used to wear glasses. But obviously now I don't wear glasses. Yahoo! How do you get into coding? I know the basics, but mostly made platformers or basic Unity games. You would love to get further if you don't know where to start. YouTube, I guess. Try YouTube tutorials. Obviously, I was actually in university, so I had lecturers and professors telling me what to do. Do I think they should add more mastery levels? No, they don't mean anything. I'd rather them remove the mastery system than put more into it. Unless they changed it completely. But yeah, maybe that's a league discussion topic. Could I do more patch breakdowns? Yeah, definitely. I've always wanted to do more of them. The problem, my headset just turned off. The problem with them is that they're not that popular, but I know they help the people who watch them. So they will, again, with June, doing 2 videos a day in June. Yeah, we'll be doing more patch breakdown stuff, trust me. Can I make an Assassin's Creed Victory playthrough or walkthrough? Probably not. When we're having more merch out really soon, Huzzy hats are coming. Huzzy hats are coming hopefully in the next few weeks. They're just being really awkward to actually get it done. And I might put a t-shirt with that hat. We'll see. When I'm moving out, potentially in a few months, but it might be delayed because I might be buying a brand new car. And if I'm buying a brand new car, then I got to be kind of sensible with if I'm moving out and buying a brand new car, then that's a lot of money, obviously. What do you think of MSI? It was a good event. The winner was to be expected, obviously, but yeah. What university degree did I do? Computer science, going in on game design and programming. Do I still watch Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth content? Occasionally, not all of it. I used to watch it more maybe a few years ago. I think it has got a little bit worse because it's kind of, I don't know, the same kind of jokes and stuff. But I still watch it occasionally if I'm just interested in the video that they upload. My PC setup, there's specific videos on that if you want to go find them. That's up to you. What do I think of the new achievement system coming to League? I have not looked into it, I'm afraid. I've been busy the past couple of days, so I presume it's been all on Reddit. I'll have to look it up myself. So, yeah. Oh, God. Ugh. Do you think about merchandising? Wait, do you think about merchandising related to t-shirts? Yeah, like again, I've been talking. People have been asking a lot about merchandise in the stream. There's more coming soon. Do you know Anthony Joshua? Yeah, I know AJ, the boxer. I watched his last fight. He did good. I think he's going to be huge. Like he's going to be our biggest ever star in boxing ever. I finished university over a year ago. When will you shave your beard? I need to trim it, but I doubt I'll ever like properly shave it because I think it kind of suits me. So yeah. Do I watch wrestling? No, I did when I was a kid, but it's not entertaining anymore. Your HuzzyGames shirt still didn't arrive. Really? You should probably contact Teespring if it hasn't arrived yet. I would suggest. Any support YouTuber you'd any support? Yeah, I don't know any support YouTubers anymore. I'm gonna be honest. The one that I did know was Impact, but he quit League for Overwatch, so I have no idea any content creators that do support stuff. So yeah. Do I think more servers are to be opened? They probably will, but it's, you know, there's kind of a lot of servers now in League. I know they're toying with the idea of having a specifically high rating server. So like Diamond 1, when you reach Diamond 1, Master or Challenger, you can unlock having access to another server. I know that's potentially in the works. I don't know how public that is. Knowledge, but I know that's potentially going to happen. If that happens, I will be tryharding back to Diamond 1. Well, I'm going to be doing that anyway, but yeah, still. Will I ever maybe quit YouTube? Only unless I have to. And when I say I have to, is if, say, I move out, I'm totally financially reliant on YouTube as my job, and YouTube dies, then obviously I'll have to go get a proper job, and that might take up too much time for me to do anything. But let's just say with the current, like, what we're doing on YouTube and the sponsors that I've got lined up and stuff like that, we're in a pretty comfortable position, and I'm in a pretty safe position. And I'll actually say on Saturday, there is a brand new sponsor that's actually hitting the channel. The first time I've ever worked with them officially. Hopefully you guys take it well. I'm actually really happy about it, but it has nothing to do with gaming. But hopefully you guys will be fine about that. Do I think Faker is the best player? Yes. Why do I think Yasuo is hated by everyone? The biggest reason... Here's the thing. The biggest reason why Yasuo is hated by everyone is two reasons. One, Yasuo players. Two, what they actually do in-game. So Yasuo players tend to be, at least what I found, very... Oh, what's the right word? Selfish, but there's another word for it. But very like internally thinking that it's like, okay, I'm the hero of this game. Maybe they're role playing, I don't know. But it's like, I'm the hero. I'm gonna do all the plays, and they do crazy flashy plays, and it never works. Second reason is because they can do well, but they always find a way to throw, always. So I don't know what it is, but that's why Yasuos are not liked. It's more because of your own Yasuos on your own team that I think people dislike him rather than the enemy Yasuo. At least that's why I thought. Because a lot of people... I went on Yasuo mains, the subreddit, the other day, and somebody like, oh, I don't get it. Well, you know, Yasuos never do well on the enemy team. And people kind of going, yes, because people don't want their own team to play Yasuo. That's why people want to ban Yasuo, so you don't pick Yasuo in my team. That's the reason. I don't obviously understand Serbian. I'm from England. How often do you drink tea? I actually hate tea. I'm a coffee person. Coffee or Red Bull. And I know Red Bull is pretty bad for me, but yeah. Why is Faker better than Bjergsen? He's pretty much better than him in every single way of the game. Do I consider traveling for different league experience and servers? I wouldn't travel to play on other servers. I do play on them. I've got an account on North America. I got it to Diamond 2 in Season 4. I might actually be playing on that account again pretty soon. But, yeah. I don't think wrestling isn't fun. It's too fake. I know that sounds bad, but I don't enjoy the storylines. They're a little bit... I don't know, the kiddie? I don't know. I loved it as a kid. And I think it's great for kids. But I don't know. I don't see it. Do I think India's a potential market? I think they have a... Don't they have a server in India? Or, like, there is access? Anyway, I'm just going to put my air conditioning on because it's getting way too hot in my room. It is currently... I will show you guys because I got a thermostat. 28.7 degrees Celsius. If you're American, there is 83.8 degrees Fahrenheit in my room with no airflow. So that's why I bought an air conditioning unit. Where is the Spectate series? Whenever I get replays, I've asked the people that are signed up to the Spectate series to give me replays. It just depends when they give me replays. It's that simple. That's why if ever you like go on the QTs and give feedback, I really do want to encourage people to do feedback on QT because I will invite them to join the replay series because apparently I need more people. So, yeah. Which lane is the highest carry potential in the game? Whatever you're best at. It's pretty much that simple. There's no point me telling you, oh, mid lane, because you could suck at mid. Like, there's no point. It's whatever you personally are best at is your best chance of carrying. I've heard of the player Yasuo, but I've never watched him. How much money do you need to earn before YouTube pays you? No idea. I have absolutely no idea. I haven't been in that type of place in years. Do I like cricket? Yeah, I used to play cricket. I used to play... Oh, God. I haven't watched cricket or heard the terms in so long. I didn't play slip. I played whatever's on the right angle to where the wicket is. I used to play there because I was very quick at catching. So I always used to be able to, like, you know, quickly get the ball. And I was not a bad swing bowler, and I was not a bad bat. I was an all-rounder, pretty much. Do I do any sports? Not anymore. I used to. I used to be very, very sporty, but then my injury kind of got a bit out of control. And I was stupid. If ever you get injured, don't stop everything. When I got injured and I couldn't do any more running, it sucked because I didn't do any sport. But I could have swam. I could have done push-ups and sit-ups, and I did nothing, and then I gained weight. I was an idiot. Don't do what I did, everybody. Make sure you do some form of physical activity. Because I'll tell you right now, I haven't seen some of the people that used to know me when I was incredibly in shape for years. If they saw me now, they'd go, Jesus Christ, what happened to you? I used to be the guy that you couldn't even pinch fat on, had a six-pack. I used to be incredibly in shape. Don't do what I did. And if you're wondering what injury, I had Osgood-Schlatter in my knees, which is a growth condition. And my doctors were telling me, stop playing sport for 6 months. Let your knees heal. And I ignored them until my knees basically were like, nope, not doing anything anymore, sorry. So that was kind of stupid from me. If viewers click the skip ad button, does it affect you? You get paid less, but you still get paid. So yeah. South Africa. My dad actually was raised in South Africa, so yeah. Where's my dad from? Benoni. My dad's from Benoni, if you know where that is. It's near Pretoria. I've not heard the leaked news of a new champion. No. I'll look it up later. Alright, we've already been going for about 40 minutes, roughly. We're gonna probably go for another 10 minutes and that'll be the stream, because my room is very hot. I have turned air conditioning on, but it's gonna take a while for it to cool down, and I am starting to overheat. So, yeah. Who do I live with? Just my family. Can I put a picture before I was overweight? If I have one, I'll try and find one while I'm answering questions. Oh, I tell you what I can do. Give me a second. Do you get paid less if I watch from smart TV? I have no idea, I'm going to be honest. I don't know that type of thing. What photo can I show you? Okay, I can show you this one. Okay, give me a second. Alright. So a lot of people are going to go, really? That's you? Yeah. So you can't, like, I'm wearing a jumper in this picture, so you can't really see a lot of the definition. But there you go. That was me. My hair's looking very ginger in that picture, but holy moly. That was me, if you're wondering, in 2010. So that was 7 years ago. So obviously that's what I used to be. Very skinny. You actually could see, like, neck and everything. And, yeah, incredibly in shape. So... yeah, changed a lot. I know, a lot of people go, really? If you want to see how it's me, just look at the nose. Obviously, my nose hasn't changed at all. So, there you go, everybody. Before, after, smart person, stupid person. Keep exercising. Getting older sucks. It's nothing to do with older. It's not. It was just me being an idiot. It was me literally being an idiot about not exercising when my injury got too bad. So, yeah, there you go. How did you get into the Spectate series? If you go on Patreon, there is a tier on Patreon that you sign up to, and you can get part of it that way. Or a brand new way of getting into it to promote my Twitch more, and it's also a cheaper option. If you become a $25 Twitch subscription, then you're also going to be invited to give me a replay a month. So there you go. What roles do I main? I don't really main any roles. The only thing I don't really play is support. There you go. Will I play Gragas and Galio top? I probably more likely play those in Climb to Master than I will in Unranked Diamond. I don't think they're great carrying champions for lower ratings. Can you back in shape? Yeah, I can. I'm working on it. But it's obviously, it's a lot easier to put on weight than take off weight, put it that way. So it will be happening. Can I post my playlist? Unfortunately, I can't. Why do you think you haven't reached Masters yet? Because I was an idiot. I got hiccups again. I started on Ranked to Diamond at a really dumb time. I was one game off Master Promo. And then I was like, it's a good time to start on Ranked to Diamond. Why did I do this? So when the content on the channel goes back to being mainly on my main account, hopefully we'll climb back to Diamond 1 pretty quick. And then from there, we'll get back to... then we'll obviously get back to... well, High Diamond 1 and hopefully Master. Be nice just to reach Master once. Even if I don't finish the season in Master, it'll be just to kind of go, I was Master. Favorite class in WoW? Warrior or Hunter? What do my parents think about you being a YouTuber and sitting in my room playing, making videos the whole day? They like it and dislike it at the same time. It's weird. And we've had another one. Does my family support me? So they like it in the way that I'm very successful. That's all I'll say. I'm very successful for the age I am, the audience that I am. Financially, I'm ahead of where I should be by quite a lot. Like, we're doing well, and obviously there's a lot of background stuff that's going on that I'm kind of being smart in other regards that you guys will probably never ever see, because I'm, you know, if you're making decent money and you're young, you shouldn't spend it all. You should be reinvesting it to make sure your future is good. So I'm smart in that regard, but then the negative is obviously I'm in my room all day. I don't really see my friends in real life that much. Maybe once a month, maybe twice a month sometimes. And I'm in my room 95% of the time. So there's positives and benefits. So yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Yeah, I'll be moving soon, though, in the next few months. And again, like I said, I'm getting a new car probably in the next month and a half or so. And I'm literally getting a brand new one. That's going to be fun. So that's being kind of expensive. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to move out straight away. I'm not sure. We'll see. It's all playing it by ear how well the channel's doing, basically. Well, my thoughts on Paragon. I played it for like 30 minutes and I got kind of bored. Oh, did I say positives and benefits? Positives and negatives. Sorry, positives and negatives. What I'll say to the people that are watching this live stream right now, just to kind of say, and I'll go, you know, do it if you want to. The video that came out earlier, the Maokai one, that received a little bit of, let's say, hate. Because people are like, oh, you're being a hypocrite. But they kind of said that stuff without watching the video. So if you could go on that video and throw a like on it, it would help me a lot. So please do that. It would really help. And that's the Maokai episode that got released earlier. What car? I'm getting a 2 Series Coupe. What's happening to my... I'm trading in my current BMW for a new one. So, yeah. I'll be doing more Battlegrounds. Why are bikes not as popular as I've also got a bike. It's a Piaggio NRG. It's actually what I use for years and years and years. Because I live in a city. So it's way better for city stuff. I love bikes. Am I playing WoW at the moment? A little bit. Not a crazy amount, though. You've already liked the video? Thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Like, people... I probably don't say thank you enough, but you guys are awesome. Like, the people that watch my content and that daily, that throw likes on the videos and that, you're awesome. Remember that. When you're having down days, remember that Huz called you awesome, because you really are. Favorite beer brand? I don't really drink, so I don't really have one. No giveaway for your old car. No, I'm using that as the deposit for the new one. You felt really annoyed every time moaning about the Vane CS. Yeah, no, I admit right in the early game, I did mess her up a little bit, but not as much as she was doing to herself. She was mucking it up way more than like I was. I will never do any type of drugs. I'm against drugs. Like, here's the thing, like the whole marijuana thing. If you're raised in America, you'll have a completely different mentality over here in the UK. In the UK, it's seen as like a bum thing to do, that only people that don't really do anything with their lives do it. In America, it's more seen as a recreation thing. So you'll just get different types of people. And obviously, being from the UK, I've just got that opinion. Isn't your old car kind of new? Isn't it a BMW? Yeah, it is a BMW, but it's 2011. It's a 2011 BMW 1 Series what I have right now, and I'm going to get a brand new, literally, I designed it myself, 2 Series Coupe. In blue. I want blue, to match my lion logo. Should I do a gross gore and put my logo? No, I'm not even going to go there. Not even going to go there. Which was the first computer you played? I did a whole video on that topic. Just literally just go on my channel and search for Huzzy computer history or something like that. All right, we're going to answer 2 more questions, and that's going to be it. Have I ever visited Netherlands? Yes, I did. I went on a football tour in 2010, and yeah, I did a football tour in 2010. We went to Valkenburg, and we played all the local academies, and we went unbeaten. We literally beat every single team that you guys have. We were a pretty good team, so it's not surprising, but still. Do I miss going to school? Kinda, yeah. There's benefits. Am I a car guy? Yes. I am hoping to own good cars throughout my life. A to Z coming back? Yep, A to Z is coming back. 2 videos a day in June. That will be one of the videos, or one of the series that will be one of the second videos of the day. So there you go. If people have been looking forward to that series, enjoy. That will be coming back in June. I think it's the fact that Huzzy really thinks. He uses his brain he's given. What is that about thinking? Yeah. The thing with me is, if you ever meet me in real life, I am the exact same person. But when I am making content, I am thinking more than I normally will. If I'm on Discord with my friends, I do derp moments all the time because I'm with my friends. I don't think that much. But when I'm making content, I am just making sure that I'm using my brain. It's the same for Solo Queue. Exactly the same for Solo Queue. Using my brain. What's my logo based on? A lion. Am I planning to move out of the UK? Maybe in a few years. I'd love to hit America, but we'll see. Do I think off meta is an advantage? No, it's literally a disadvantage if you actually understand what the meta is. And we're gonna answer 2 more questions, and that's gonna be it. Can you give me motivation to focus on exams rather than other things like LOL? Think about your future. It might suck right now, but where are you going to be in 5 years' time? Are you going to be working at McDonald's, or are you actually going to be starting a career? It's pretty much that simple. That's how I did it. Where does okay, final question of today's stream, everybody, is where does Huzzy come from? It's a boring story from World of Warcraft. My friend played World of Warcraft before me. His name was Fuzzies, had Fuzzzyz. My name, my surname begins with a H, and I didn't like the Z at the end. Bingo bango, Huzzy. Pretty much that simple. That simple. But that's going to be it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. This was the first ever YouTube live stream that I've ever done. So if you enjoyed it, throw a like on this video, and I might make it a good thing. You know, we had around 350 viewers. That's perfectly fine in my book, because then it goes straight on the YouTube channel, hopefully in a couple of hours when it renders. And I'm happy with how it went. Hopefully you guys are too. Remember, please go like the video on the Maokai one, because that randomly was a little bit weird. More stuff in the pipeline. Tomorrow's episode of On Rex Diamond as well, I'll just say, is a good one. So hopefully you guys enjoy that, and I'll see you guys next time.